a site that you expose all the features to. And that's how it works. I'm going to show you guys real quick some code about how you would actually mobile enable a website. This Converge manager right here acts the same way that a script manager would work for an Ajax page. You just add it to the very top of the page, and then that enables that particular page for mobile functionality and mobile features. So you can see some of these events that are wired up right here. Barcode scan, scan barcode over here, keywords provided. That has to do with the voice recognition piece of it, and I'll show that here in a second also. Android also has great voice recognition features, and so does iPhone and a couple other platforms. The idea is that the analysis would occur on the phone, and then it would send the keywords to the website. So you can voice enable your mobile websites, which, I mean, if you're in the car, that's a better way to do it anyways. Device motion occurred. If you shake the device, if you tilt the device one way or the other, these events are fired, and your website can take that long. So it feels like a native application, but it's really just part of your website. And it's cross-platform, both on the device side. Go ahead.
I just got a question. How do you anticipate publishing this app? Like, so if I have a website and you have another website,
yeah.
Do we have individual apps, or do you have an app and I have an app?
Well, we're kind of looking at several different models right now. As a matter of fact, the applications that you're seeing running right now, each one of these can run in a browser mode and an application mode. So the browser mode kind of feels like a regular browser. But if you want to roll out your themed application for your company, then it can run in application mode.
Gotcha.
Down here, device motion occurred. If it was a shake, redirected that website. And what I was saying before is, the middle here is, it's very common, it's very standardized. So your web server technology can be ASP.NET, it can be JSP, it can be Ruby, it can be whatever. And your device can be whatever also. It's all standardized in the middle. Go ahead.
How do you handle it in a case where a device does not have an accelerometer, or a device does not have, like one version of the phone that has Android on it, so that it may not have some of the capabilities?
And that's something that we kind of saw way early on. So the idea is that there's these contracts that sit in between the device and the server. Okay? So I can scan a barcode, I can take a picture, that kind of thing. So if the device doesn't support a certain set of features, if we're talking about a Symbian, a flip phone, and it doesn't support everything, that's okay. Because just like you're supposed to develop websites that aren't enabled for JavaScript or whatever, it's the same kind of thing here. You have to expect that the device that's calling your application won't have an accelerometer, or that it won't be able to provide its location. One of the things we came up with very early on for a great use for this application is store locators. So let's say you're a huge chain store. You already have a website, you've already got a lot of web resources, you've got a lot of web devs in-house. You can just add this on here, and then all of a sudden when you go to the store locator, your website that already exists will tell you, here's the store that's closest to where you are right now, just by adding this control to your website. But if it doesn't have a GPS chip in it, it would just be the same standard experience that it was before.
So do you define how the views look on the client? Or is there a web page that says, this is a list of books? And this is
Yeah, this is all server side. The only thing the client does is expose these features.
So you don't just take an existing page and slap a control, or you kind of create another set of pages? Look a certain way that has.
Yeah, you can, but the idea is you can use HTML5, which you can get a really rich user interface with. So if you use that in conjunction with this, you kind of create that illusion of a native mobile application on 4 different platforms. In reality, you just deploy one web application. You just have these clients that are aware of the features of the device they're running on. And then by doing that, we can, they implement a standardized set of contracts that your website understands. It doesn't care how you scan the barcode. You could have taken a picture of it. You could have, had an omnidirectional scanner. All it cares about is that this guy scanned the barcode. Here's the time. I wanted to point out too, the voice recognition feature, because we were talking about that a second ago. Literally, to do the voice recognition feature, it's as easy as this right here. I'm looking for, when they say the word menu, go here. And that's all the code that you need. It's going to give you a list of words that it thought you said in order of confidence, I guess you could say. And it's just going to loop through there and find those. Ready to switch to devices?
Go ahead and just see.
Okay.
It doesn't focus properly. His light shined down, so.
Just want to kind of walk out here and show you guys how it actually works on the devices. Can anybody see this up here? This is it. This is it actually running on the actual phone. Yeah, I know. Yeah, whenever we're done with this, feel free to walk up and I'll kind of give you a personal, this is how everything works. But what's really cool though is, if I press right here, there's a set of options here for this page. So that control is saying, here are the features that I support. And then one of those features is speak. Find a store. There you go. So that kind of functionality is that code right there. That's all they have to do to implement that kind of functionality. I talked a second ago. Oh, so let me pull it up on here. So I've got the same thing running on my iPhone right now. About these QR codes. So these QR codes, that's just part of my master page. It's just automatically generated for every page. But if I pull up one page on here, it seems really hard to show those really cool features. When I go to the Find Store page on here, I can scan it. Right off the page, I'll navigate to the same page. And it works the same way for the books. So for instance, one of these books, in my application, I have a hard code to say it's out of stock. So if I go to that page on my iPhone or on my Android or on my BlackBerry, the phone will vibrate every time I hit that page. Because that vibration implementation it's different for each phone, but the service layer just says, go vibrate the phone. Same thing for flashing the LED on the Android. There's a little LED on there. Now if I did the same for the iPhone, nothing would happen. Because that feature is not supported on the iPhone. Or at least for my iPhone 3G that I have right now. But a BlackBerry and an Android, it would flash because that feature is supported on those devices. But this right here, though, I'm just going to scan it right here. Scan the barcode. I can scan the code right off the book. It passes that information back to the device, and then my detail for the book is right here on my screen. So that's really kind of the goal, is exposing these features, not just to mobile devices, but embedded devices, devices across the board, to your website, so that you as a developer can just build a flashy-looking HTML5 website and can implement these hooks for mobile devices or devices in general. And that's about all I've got. Thanks for coming.